And just like that, baby, we are officially live on the official Wydoe podcast with your boy Wydoe. And today we have a special guest. You guys might know her by Skin by Ray. This is the beautiful Rachel Sanchez. She is a licensed esthetician, a Frenchie breeder, one of one, a beautiful wife. How you doing, Rachel?
I'm good. I'm glad to finally be here. I'm glad that my schedule is kind of aligned already with you, or with your...
With everything we got going on right
God,
here.
You better edit that.
Come on now. This is actually Skin by Ray. So where are you from? Where were you born and raised, Miss Rachel?
I'm from Palm Beach, moved here, went to school here. I have kind of like a weird background, I would say. Well, I didn't graduate. I dropped out, so I'm a high school dropout, unfortunately.
Come on now.
And
you can make it too out there.
Yeah, that's why I always tell people, I'm like, coming from somewhere where I've come from, going to jail, being a bad kid, like a runaway, just a juvenile. I was definitely a horrible, horrible, horrible child. You can make it out and be an entrepreneur. And I think that's kind of what builds us in a way. I don't know. You know where you come from. You start from the bottom and you just work your way up. Yeah. And I try to stay humble because that's like my main thing. I know I always tell my husband, I'm like, I'm humble. And he's like, sometimes you're not. I'm like, well, I need to be in a sense, but then it's like, damn, I really started from a shit life and spiraled into something that I never knew. Like looking back maybe 10 years ago, I would have never thought that I would have been this financially free and being able to teach people and own my business and stuff. So I definitely think that I have gotten to where I need to be in life, for sure. Something clicked, Yeah. Something clicked. I think when you party so long, so young, you grow up and you're like, dang, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I've already done what I needed to do when I was younger, get it all out of me. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm finally able to settle down and figure out what's going on with my life and whatnot. So...
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the kids, they get into trouble or do things because at the time it's cool. We want to be cool. Then 10 years later, you become an adult. You realize I wasn't cool at all.
Yeah.
What the hell was I doing?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
We had fun.
I did have a fun.
Yeah, we had fun now.
Our generation was a lot different than the generation now. I feel like I think that
we were outside.
Yeah, things were a lot different. But keep going. If you feel like you're in like a rut right now and your life is not going well, or you're dealing with family drama or, personal drama, and like, just get out of it, get out of it and be ready to thrive, because it's only up from here, honestly.
Yeah. If we were to go back and talk to that Rachel back then, that was out there cool, getting in trouble, hanging out, what did she want to be when she grew up? What was her aspirations in life?
I honestly had none. And that's the thing.
That's important to know.
You don't, when you're like partying like that and getting high and doing whatever, it's like, you don't see an end goal for yourself. I mean, obviously I wanted to dabble in like the medical field or being like a vet tech, which I did eventually become a vet tech for years. Once that happened, I think I was kind of like, okay, this is going to be my set career. But then it just becomes too overwhelming, like working in that industry. Obviously, I served too for 10 years, and working in that environment is like you're around the bar, you're around this, you're around that, you're working late. And I just think I wanted an out, At least I finally got to get to the point that I wanted to be. I thought I was making so much money with what I was doing. Mm-hmm. But now what I'm making is like beyond what I ever could have imagined.
Right, you've always elevated.
Yeah, always elevated. So now I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, well, where now? What now? Everybody's like, oh, open up a shop or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I always want to move forward. But I think right now, mentally, I need to stay where I'm at mentally.
Right.
I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Gotcha.
So
I think a lot of the cool kids, especially when we're young, it's just like, I want to just worry about today. Let me make it to the weekend and we'll worry about everything else.
Yeah.
And then later on, you're having to focus for your life. Where do you want to see yourself in a year, 5 years? The whole rest of your life. Speaking on vet tech, shout out to anybody that's involved with the animal industry, helping animals out there. Did you enjoy that? And what are your thoughts after working in the vet tech industry?
I think a lot of eyes have been opened, because then you realize like, wow, there's good people out there, and there's people out here that really
In terms of owners.
Yeah, don't give a shit about their dogs or whatever, And I think that I learned a lot. I mean, at the time I wasn't breeding, and we ended up getting into it as I worked there. Everybody was telling me, get into it, get into it, because my husband wanted to do it. I was hesitant because I saw so many people, or, you know, so many breeders that just, there's a lot more bad breeders than good breeders.
Right.
And
I feel like a lot of people jumped into it for the quick hustle, and it's a real industry that you have to do delicately.
I think I learned a lot with that. And, you know, you learn a lot behind the scenes, which then I could take into my business and be able to, you know, add it into the Frenchie fam. Like, okay, I need this antibiotic. I need that. I need to take them in for this. If it's something so minute, I can treat at home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that being a vet tech, you become desensitized to a lot, which sucks. I mean, euthanasias and stuff, you can't be in the room crying with the owner. You have to sit there and be strong.
Be the
there were times where I've definitely broke down seeing like an old man cry or something, because that's his lifeline. That's all he's got. He doesn't have his wife. He just has his dog, and he's in there putting it to sleep. And it's like moments like that, I'm like, okay, that's got me.
Yeah.
But then working around it so long, it's like, damn, like, I feel bad that I like have no feeling towards this anymore. Or even if a dog comes in being hit by a car or something, you're like, okay, emergency. You have to act fast. You can't just sit there and be upset about the whole situation. So you kind of got to put your emotions to the side. So I feel like, yeah, I think
might have made you a little numb.
Yeah, a little numb to stuff like that.
In your opinion, do you believe that bad animals are truly bad animals, or they're the result of bad trainers and bad caretakers?
Probably bad caretakers. Yeah, working in the field, definitely. I think that, I mean, maybe some breeds like chows or something, I feel like it's in their blood because they're protectors. They were bred to be guard dogs in Japan, which a lot of people don't know. And I think some extent it's in their blood. But if you are able to train them and really properly care for them and love them and stuff, I think that it's a lot different. I think it's an outcome from the owner for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the same thing is, I don't believe there's really bad kids, but I think there's parents that raise a bad child, right? Bad environment.
Or gentle parenting.
Exactly. Too much, right? Create a softie, you're spoiled. To you, what about, you hear a lot of people talk about don't bully my breed, the bully breed, the pits. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. My dad used to breed pit bulls, so it's a different subject for me. I grew up around them. So, and it just sucks that they have such a bad rep. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, you know what? Okay, so this is an example. Working in the vet field, I was more scared of a Chihuahua than I was of a pit bull.
Wow.
Because a Chihuahua will actually lunge and attack you and try to kill you.
Yeah, it
versus
really will.
A pit bull, they're like little
They want to scare you, but they might be just faking.
Yeah. So I always tell people that. I'm like, I will run from a Chihuahua versus a pit bull.
Yeah. And everyone knows they can sense fear, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the scientific thing is. So as soon as you engage in running in fear, they're going to be sparked up.
Yep, exactly. So I don't know. I think that pit bulls are definitely the outcome, like you said earlier, of the owner. And it's very important to socialize dogs like that. Because if you don't socialize them, it's like you take them out and then all of a sudden they've never seen another dog outside of their household before. And they're like, okay, who is this? I need to protect my owner.
Exactly.
So it's more instinctual than anything at that point. But
yeah, very true. I like to see all of the canine trainers out there in this community, Miami, all over the place, just because you can really, I love what you said, because if your dog is really there to protect you and only protect you, when you finally go out in public, it'll do that at all times.
Yep.
And it might not be a bad person, but the real trained dogs won't attack until it's
ready.
The right moment.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Frenchie fam. Okay, she is a legit business owner. Her and her husband do her thing with the Frenchies. But why did you guys choose the Frenchie breed to be the litter that you guys take care of?
I feel like we get this question a lot. They're easy to deal with. They're easy to handle. They're small, good apartment dogs. You could take them anywhere. They are super stubborn, which we led to find out later on.
Yep.
But I think back then they were becoming so popular. At the time, rappers were getting them. Mm-hmm. Young Boy had them. Lil Wayne had one. Snoop Dogg had one. Future has one. So I think we were just trying to, get what everybody else had at that point. And Yeah. So my husband was talking about breeding for a while, and I kept telling him, I'm like, no, 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 I don't want to do it. Obviously, working in the vet field, you see so many things that go on behind closed doors. And I was talking to the girls that I worked with there and the vet, which again, super close with all of them. And they were like, do it, because at least it's going to be done right. At least that the rights from wrongs and everything. So I don't know. We just started doing it. Obviously, the first 2 years, we didn't really see any money because you're investing so much into the business, which again, in esthetician field too. And after that, we're like, okay, let's just keep going. A lot of people, they start and they're like, okay, well, there's not really any money in this because you don't see any money in the first 2 years. And I'm glad we started going because again, now we're financially free from that. And it's to the point where my husband doesn't even have to work because we just make so much money off of that.
Right.
And that's like his main thing. I'm kind of like,
yeah, just to be clear, that's still his job. He doesn't have to have a normal job.
Yeah. But, I'm on the back skirts of that. I do run the social media and stuff, but he definitely takes care of them, up every 2 hours at night with them because you have to feed them when they're young.
Right.
And we also do whelping. So we also take care of other people's dogs. We are fully booked until February of next year. We take about 2 litters a month from other people, and it runs about $1,200 a week, I would say, is what we charge, up to 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, depending on how often or how long they want us to keep the dog. So the mom comes, the puppies come, we do all the work for you. Late nights you don't have to deal with. We really just do all of that. Get your sleep back. Yeah, get your sleep back, and a lot of people should be thriving to do.
What is that? Like they drop it off and come back, and then it's...
So they drop the puppies off. We could FaceTime them and everything like that, and get updates and whatnot. The mom is there. We nurse them until they're fully on the mush, which is off the nipple.
Gotcha.
And we hold on to them, we raise them, we send them videos, send them updates. We'll even post for them on our page because we do have a big following on the Frenchie page as well because we've been doing it so long. So that kind of, they like that because it's like, okay, they have followers. We'll tag them and everything just to kind of get them out there. Or if we don't have litters, we do have people who ask like, hey, do you know anybody who has any? So we'll say, oh yeah, we have this litter here, but it's not ours. You could hit so-and-so up.
Gotcha. Community.
So, yep. And we love helping other people. We really do. It's no gatekeeping in that field. If we have anybody hit us up, we're like, yeah, call us now. Yeah. Because it's lives that are helpless because people don't know. It's like these babies can't tell you can't tell you like what's going on. It's like you have to act fast with little ones.
So when that does happen and you guys are taking care of all these dogs in different litters, is it just like at the house? Is it just like a bunch of dogs in the living room, or do they this litter over here, this one in that room? Do you split them?
So we have a 3-bedroom, obviously our master, and then we have our own whelping room. So the moms are in there by themselves. It depends if the moms are aggressive with another female.
Gotcha.
But we don't have them out at the same time,
right? Because
obviously the mom is super protective of her litter. Those are her babies. Yeah. And if anything does happen, we just put them in the other room, like our guest room or something. But yeah, I mean, we've never had issues. Frenchies are pretty calm. They're chill. They do their thing. They don't really bark. They don't do too much. So it's super easy, especially with them being small. It's not like we have a bunch of German Shepherds running around or anything like that. And that's what I tell people, because we have 5 adults in the house and they're small. It's like...
Yeah, they're little adult dogs.
Yeah, little adult dogs. We don't have like big pits or whatever, golden doodles running around. And yeah, so...
And obviously, shout out to Joe, your husband. He said he gets up every 2 hours to hold down the dogs. Yes. But what about sleeping in your household? Do you guys get sleep? Is it constant barking? What's the noise levels like?
Noise levels are definitely low unless we come home and they're like excited to see us. Yeah. At night, the puppies do cry, but if they're hungry, that's really it.
Right.
And the moms are pretty good. So every mom that we have had that has come to us has been pretty good. So, it's pretty quiet. I don't know. I guess it's a hit or miss with Frenchies. They could be like barking all the time or super quiet. I guess it just depends where they come from.
Yeah, 'cause I'm always worried about like the pros and the cons of obviously having a whole Frenchie fam. And they're all potty trained.
Don't think that we have just a house where they shit and piss in, because hell no.
House doesn't smell crazy. You know what I mean? Let's go.
I can't. I have to clean every day. I'm a freak when it comes to that stuff. Plugins, everything. I'm like...
Right.
balls
It still
to the
needs
wall,
to sound
crazy
like it
of
smell like
cleaning.
your house, not the dog's house.
Yeah, because it's like at the end of the day,
Important.
you don't want the dogs to take over your living headquarters. That's
Yeah.
just. I lived in a house like that, and I'm like, I'm not going back to that. So
Right.
if you guys do get into breeding, you have to know that it's not all sweet and dandy. You know, cleaning up the poop, cleaning up the pee. Thank God all of ours go on the pee pad. We train them at 2 weeks old to go on the pad. But there are hardships where dogs do die. It's horrible. And there are pets at the end of the day. It's not like we're just getting them to breed.
Right.
They sleep in our bed.
Yeah,
you know,
part of
they're
your
not just
family.
in cages. So
Shout out all the fur babies.
all the
Rachel,
farting and everything.
Do you have Do you have any siblings?
I'm the only child. Yeah, so that's probably why I was horrible.
Right. That's why she became the rebel doing
And
her
I'm a
thing.
Scorpio, so that also has a lot to do.
Do you believe in astrology stuff? Does that matter?
I do to an extent. I think some is kind of like thrown off a little bit. But
Gotta be.
yeah, I do.
Yeah.
People might think I'm crazy for saying that, but I do.
I think you're accurate because I mean, I thought about, okay, if the world is spinning around the sun and we're
And the moon.
you know, I mean, the moon, we're orbiting everything. We got gravity, and you're born on a certain day where we're facing a certain way, seasons, months.
Yes.
That makes sense. You might have a different temperament. You might, you know, because if you, let's just say you wake up at 9 o'clock every day, and tomorrow you got to wake up at 5:30. You're gonna have a little different mood.
Yeah.
If you wake up at noon, you're gonna have a little different mood. So when you wake up, when you're born, I can understand that, but I can't stand the people that go, oh, you're an Aquarius? Makes sense. It all makes sense now. I'm like, you don't know me, and they don't know me either. But shout out. I want to
my
ask
God.
you, Rachel.
Oh God, my government name.
I'm sorry. Should I call you Ray?
No, I mean my clients
what do
and
they
stuff.
call you?
Everybody on social media knows me as Ray, but the people who follow my main account and know me personally know me as Rachel.
Okay,
So,
yeah.
I mean, my clients are so funny when they're like trying to Zell me or something. They're like, "What is your name?" I'm like, "Rachel Sanchez." They're like, "That's your name?" I had no idea that was your
They didn't even know. They
name,
just
and
thought
I'm like,
Skip by Ray.
"Yeah."
That was it. I want to ask you, how did you find love? I'm looking for love out there. A lot of people are looking for it.
God.
Rachel, you are a happily married wife. How did you find love, and how'd you know when it was love?
Oh God.
They've been together for a while now. These are real ones.
Yeah. Me and my husband were actually a blind date.
Blind date.
Yeah. Shout out Manny and Mia.
Set up by somebody.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we were set up. We were young, 21. So obviously we're still in that stage where we're just outside, you know. I think it took maybe 6 months to a year for us to finally realize like, okay, like we're doing this, you know. And 8 years later, now we're married. And it's crazy living a married life. I mean, it's the same, but then you realize you're like, damn, I'm married. Like I'm with this person forever.
Yeah.
We were already together forever anyways. We
Right.
worked together so long. But yeah, that's my best friend for sure.
And do you still get the happiness and the butterfly feelings or whatever now that you did back then?
Yeah. I'm not going to go into detail.
No,
but-
absolutely not. But I just feel like that's important. I feel like some people, when you get married or you become tied in, then it's
Yeah.
like you lose that. And it's like, do they even like each other anymore?
Yeah.
But the successful ones, you can tell they still like each other.
Yeah,
They're still
and
dating, even though they're married, let's say.
I could say I piss him off every day though.
See, and that's important. Shout out to Joe. Hey, sometimes a girl got to make you mad. That's what keeps it going.
Yeah. I wake up every morning and I'm like, how can I piss him off today? That means it's going to be a successful
This
day.
is important. This
and I
is
know he's going to
quality.
watch this and see this and be like, yep, that's her
you know,
right
that
there.
might be the recipe of a true team. You never know. If you're a guy out there and you're always right, you always get to say, it might not work. You need a
Yeah.
little competition.
And like you said, team. So I think having somebody that you work well with makes a perfect team.
Yeah.
Like we've definitely been through hell and back in a relationship and business wise. So I think you just have to have the right person there with you, especially to run a business, because when shit gets hard, you don't know if they're going to stay. You don't know if they're going to go. You don't know if they're going to throw a temper tantrum or how they're going to react. But I definitely think that I could say we make an awesome team.
Do you have to, 'cause some people, say you shouldn't mix business with family with business. Do you have to kind of put employee hats on with your business stuff, or is it always husband and wife?
Yeah.
We'll figure this out.
I think that we do that without even realizing. Because it's like, okay, we got to focus on what we got to focus on now.
Feelings out the door.
Yep, feelings out the door. You're going to do as I say right now.
Yeah, right,
Not like
business,
that, but
whatever.
it's like you're going to listen and this is what has to happen right now. And, I mean, there are times we did just have to say goodbye to one of our long females that we had, she was just having some health issues and stuff. And despite the one that we just lost during the C-section, and that was a really difficult time for us because it's like, damn, like maybe we do have to put our feelings aside. I know that we were kind of going back and forth a little bit with that about if now is her time. He's very logical. He's very like, okay, these are the signs. She's not doing good. She's not going to be living a good life. And I feel like I'm kind of selfish and I'm like, well, I'm not ready to say goodbye. You know, maybe we could just maintenance her symptoms and be able to keep her around a little bit longer. But at the end of the day, like I said, that's being selfish. So I had to kind of put my feelings aside, kind of listen to him in a sense, which I don't like listening.
Yeah,
so,
right.
And I had to do what I had to do for the sake of her. And so.
Yeah, and that creates a great team right there.
Yeah, because again, going through hardships and stuff, it just builds you stronger. And I can say that he's definitely my best friend for sure. I tell him everything. I always want him around. And I think growing up too as an only child, I feel like maybe I always want him around because of that.
Right.
But
You
it's
needed
like,
somebody. Yeah,
I don't know. This is different. I think you have to go through like a lot of hard relationships to really get the one that works for you. So trial and error.
And I've always said, like, you know, there's billions of people on this planet. There's hundreds of countries, thousands of cities. If you expect to find your person, your soulmate in your hometown, good luck. And if you do, that's amazing. That's awesome. But don't be worried if you haven't found them yet. And I think people need to raise their bar of what it takes to be able to get the trust and be your person, whether you're a man or a woman. And on that, I want to ask, did you guys ever have fights? In my opinion, if you really want to love somebody, be with someone serious, you got to have some arguments.
Yeah.
Because you need to know what happens, not just, but what happens when you're upset? Do you block me? Do you show up at my house? You know, did we talk it through? Are we good? That matters, because when everything's sweet, everything's sweet. Anybody can date anybody when it's all good, but why I date this person is I'm okay with the fact she snores. I like her flaws. She likes my flaws. So can you speak on that? Are you guys, have you had fights, and is it important to have disagreements?
I mean, being with somebody 8 years, of course, but it's never gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I don't want to be with this person. He's very calm and collective, and I'm very crazy.
Right. It's a
I'm
good
like
balance.
up here. Yeah. I'm up here and he's like so chill. He levels me out. And I think, everybody fights. I think that it's not to say healthy, because there are toxic relationships where they fight every day, they beat on each other and whatever. But I do think that it is healthy. And then at the end of the day, after you fight, communication happens.
Yeah.
So why did I feel this way? Why did you make me feel this way? You know, how are you feeling? How can we move forward from a situation like this?
Yep.
You know, so it's just, I think once you get older, it's like you realize communication is definitely key.
Yeah, and I think not a lot of people are able to sit themselves down and reflect and be like, hey, I might have screwed up there. I might have been wrong there. So having that person that you can trust enough to, if you're telling me I was wrong, I'm going to truly listen.
Yeah.
So some girls, you want me to tell you the truth or what you want to hear? What was it? They didn't even want that. So having that person that can check me when I'm wrong or potentially overstep my boundaries is perfect. And that's a true relationship. I want to ask you, how did you get into becoming an esthetician? Were you always wanting to get into the beauty game? What's that like? So
I would always get facials done. And one point I was like, you know, maybe I should start doing this. I didn't even think about doing lashes. I was like, let me just start doing facials. So I did have a friend, and she was like, you know, just get into it, you know, open up a business and see where that leads you. Still be a server, still be a vet tech, and just do this on the side. So I ended up going to school. Esthetician school is only 3 months. And I immediately got out of school and had my own spot. So, which a lot of people don't do. They start at Massage Envy, or they start at Hand and Stone. They start somewhere, they work somewhere and work their way up, build their clientele. But working in an industry like that, legally, you're not allowed to take their clients.
Right.
So if I'm working for you and I have all these lovely clients that love me so much, I can't transfer anywhere and take them with me.
Right. Even though they want Ray and not Massage Envy.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think that if they do want to follow you, they can, but you can't tell them that you're like leaving or anything like that.
Yeah.
They have to just be able to find you. I don't know how it works so much in that aspect because I haven't really done it, but that's just what I heard. And I think I don't know. I was just tired of doing the same thing. I served for 10 years, and being a vet tech, I was so like, mentally exhausted. You get to that point where you're just like drained being around the emergencies and everything like that. It just becomes a lot on your mental. So yeah, so I opened up a spot.
And this whole time you're still working as a vet tech
and
a
a
server.
server.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was trying to juggle all of that, and I finally ended up getting super busy, and I skyrocketed within 2 months of owning my business.
Do you feel you were ever overwhelmed with getting booked before you were confident in your skills? Or were you ready to go, I'm ready to do this?
I think to this day, some people might not be confident to their skills because there's always room to grow in the esthetician field. I think that, you know, there's expos that you can go to learn more. There's always new products coming out. There's always new facial treatments coming out. So I think I was just confident, you know, I think confidence is definitely key. But I was booked and busy quickly, which I could say I was super blessed, because even people to this day, they're like, oh my God, you were booked within 2 months, like fully booked.
Which gives you no choice but to get better.
Yeah, which gives you no choice but to get better. I ended up just leaving. I ended up leaving the vet. I ended up leaving the restaurant business. I probably worked there for like 1 day a week until I finally made my transfer over into
just to have something.
Yeah, just to have something. And you know, at the end of the day, they were all family to me at the restaurant. So I didn't want to leave. I didn't want to let that go.
She's loyal.
I'm loyal. So and then it didn't work out at the location that I was at. So I ended up going more into Port St. Lucie because I was in Fort Pierce at that time when I first got out of school. And social media has been a big thing, helping me get booked. A lot of specials, a lot of deals. But now I can confidently say, like, I'm to the point where, you know, I don't want to work as often.
Right. So you want to teach your skills. That way Skin by Ray techniques can continue and she can lay back.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be able to help people work less. I did kind of like cut back on my schedule a little bit because I was realizing that at the end of the day, I was becoming too consumed in my business, which a lot of entrepreneurs do.
Gotcha.
And it's sad. It sucks because you get home, I'm in the middle of eating dinner with my husband. I'm on my phone working, editing a reel, or on the computer, responding to collab emails or whatever, you know? And I think that if you are an upcoming entrepreneur, don't get burnout.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I can say is don't get burnout, don't get consumed, because again, it drives on the mental.
Right. And I think these days too many people are shunning and speaking down on 9-to-5 jobs, but the benefit of 9-to-5 work is when you clock out, you're clocked out. You're done. It's your problems, boss man, owner. I'm gone. As an entrepreneur, business owner, do you ever clock out?
Yeah. And that's what me and my husband's parents were talking about. I told them I love being financially free, and their aspect is, okay, well, once I'm done with work, I get home and after I clock out and I'm done. I don't have to answer calls or anything. And I like sat back and I thought about it. I'm like, oh, wow, like maybe it isn't all fine and dandy being a business owner. But again, financial freedom is, I would say it's worth it for sure.
So obviously you're a professional esthetician. She does facials, lashes, eyebrows, but who does all your work? Who does your esthetician work to get you pretty? Skin by Ray?
So I go to somebody, and I also get facials monthly, which I think is super important, especially working in this field. And having lashes is important too, because you're out on the streets and they're like, oh my gosh, your lashes are so beautiful. You could say, oh, well, I do lashes, you know, or, oh, your skin is so beautiful. Yeah, I could say, oh, well, I do facials, which just happened recently, or happens all the time actually. And that kind of builds your clientele as well, because you meet random people out. But I think it's important to actually have those things done. Nice skin. I don't always wear makeup. Ask my clients. I come into work with bare skin. And I think that it's definitely like a walking billboard, like you said. So we don't do our own stuff as an esthetician. I mean, some girls do their own facials, but it's just not the same.
Yeah,
and we can't do our own lashes. Right? Yeah, it's like what am I gonna do? Be cleansing my face in the sink and not even have like a facial massage or a hot towel or anything. It's just not the same. So, and lashes, you can't do your own lashes because the glue is so strong. You're going to have your eyes open and you're going to be burning the whole time. So I do go to people to get my services done. I don't do exchange services, which someday I would think I would want to get to that point to do exchange services. Like, hey, I'll do your facial if you do my facial, or hey, I'll do your lashes if you do my lashes. But I think right now I kind of want to focus on, taking how it is now. I want to keep it how it is now.
Yeah, you get money and then you pay money out to other people. It's a nice
exactly.
circle. I've only gotten, the hot rag, a little mini massage at the barbershop. That's pretty much the closest thing I've ever had to a real facial. Are facials for men, or is it strictly a beautiful lady thing?
Men get facials, yeah. I think that it's more of a pride thing, though.
Why we don't go?
Yeah, why you guys don't go. I think that it's definitely that's feminine, But then look, men get pedicures now. Men get their nails done now with a clear coat.
I can't agree, but they definitely do.
So I think that it's kind of evolving. I do get men clients, and then I'll get the men clients that are like, oh, well, my wife booked me. And I'm like,
still not even trying to put it on them.
I'm like, did your wife book you or did you book? Just admit you wanted to come and see me.
And just so everyone knows, I think people see, I didn't know what the hell a facial was. I'm thinking just a nice little face massage. It looks pretty. I watch ASMR videos to go to sleep, but is it a cleanse? Is that what it is? Especially for a male going into a facial.
Yeah, so it's just like a deep cleanse, deep exfoliation. If you want to do peels, that's like a deeper exfoliation. And then you get like a mask to help restore the skin. And I think it's more the experience and also treatment. So if some people come in with acne, we can get you to the point where all of that will be cleared up. But even if you go monthly and you don't have any skin concerns, you're still helping shed that top layer of skin by getting the right amount of cleanse, the right amount of exfoliation, because you got to think our products that we use are professional versus store-bought products.
Correct, right.
So I do think it is important. I do have clients that have no skin concerns or think that they do have skin concerns, and they come in and it's like they come back and they're like, wow, I didn't even realize that my skin has gotten so much better from just coming monthly. Yeah. And it's, I think people really underestimate getting facials and getting services done like that.
And like I said, I love to watch the videos, but sometimes it's like they got like 5 different products, creams, lotions, this and that. Do you think in some aspects there might be a little overdoing it in facial world with the products and the, I don't even know what you would call it, the chemicals, I guess
the chemicals. I don't think that there would be any overdoing. I mean, unless you go to somebody who is not experienced, because you can really mess somebody's skin up if they're super sensitive. So you don't want to do too many crazy products on them. But I think there are the right amount of steps that you're probably seeing on your ASMR videos that you go on TikTok. There's probably 7 steps, I would say, including extractions.
Yeah.
So there's like 7 different products that are going onto your skin. For sure.
Got you. And some are like opening you up, some are closing the pores, whatever.
Yep.
Wow.
Which you learn in school. Well, you don't learn a lot in school, which I do a facial refresher course if you guys ever wanted to do that. But you do learn some stuff in school. And then when you get out into the real world, you're like, oh, fuck. Like, what do I do? Where do I get these products? How am I able to co-brand with somebody? How am I able to get retail? And it's like, you don't really learn that much in school. You don't learn any of that in school. So I do have people that actually hit me up, which is why I decided to do my facial refresher course.
Yep.
And it's new coming estheticians. They always message me and they're like, hey, I just got out of school. Where do I start? What do I do? What products can I get? Who can I collab with? And I always tell them, I'm like, join my course.
Join the course. Come on now.
Come on and learn. No, but I don't gatekeep. I do like to help people. So I'll tell them things, but then I also suggest, hey, maybe do my course so we can kind of get more in depth.
Right. And where can they find that course? Is it still available?
Yeah, you just DM me to book. Because I work with your schedule. So if you want to come in on a weekday, you come in on a weekday.
This is one-on-one courses.
Yeah,
it's not like a pre-recorded course you're getting access to. This is real deal one-on-one with Skin by Ray.
Yep. Yeah, you guys can come in and get educated on stuff that is not learned in school. I mean, granted, again, like I said earlier, we're still learning every day. So the expos obviously are good to go to, and you learn new services, you learn new products and stuff. But I think being in this field, I know a lot more than what I did when I first came out of school, which is what these girls are looking for. So,
and I bet you would have liked to have a Skin by Ray that you could have called and had one-on-ones with when you were fresh out.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, what am I going to go on YouTube or what am I going to go on TikTok or whatever? So, and a lot of stuff like that is not reliable, but it's good to have somebody take you under their wing and kind of show you the ins and the outs. I also do, with those courses, I also help with marketing. So I kind of show you how to do social media, show you how to do videos and stuff, which I feel like nowadays social media has taken over and has blossomed and really spiraled all these estheticians into where they are today, for sure.
Right. I want to ask, obviously, as we get older, our face, you can see some dirt in your skin. You need some pores opened up. Go to an esthetician. But is there an age limit? Is there, do kids need facials or do kids should not get facials? What about that?
So I do have parents that want to bring their children in. I have them sign like a consent form, like a minor consent form. I think it's mainly only if they have acne and the parent wants to kind of clear that up. But the only thing with kids is their oil production is a lot higher at a young age.
Gotcha.
So even if I were to go in and do facials, I'll be able to clear it up, but your skin is still going to be producing oil as you age.
Right.
I normally do like a 3-month treatment. So, hey, you come in 1 to 3 months, and if we are able to get you fully cleared, why not?
Gotcha.
But obviously kids at home are going to have to do stuff at home for sure. I think that that's a main thing. Once you leave my shop, you got to go home and do your own cleansing.
That's right.
Because you can't just come to me once a month and expect everything to be clear.
Yeah, it's not the barber. You have to do some more.
Yep. So if you're doing your work at home and you're coming to me, your skin will be clear.
Come on now, on point. I want to ask if you could go back and tell Rachel when she first got out of school or where she first opened up her own esthetician lounge and tell her one thing that you know now, what would you tell her back then?
Oh, gosh. Keep going. Keep going. Don't give up. There were times where I was like, oh my God, I don't want to do this because it's just so overwhelming, especially when you get booked so easy. Keep going. Market yourself for sure. And
as
the
I'm
outcome
sorry to
would be
break
worth
you
it.
off, but as a pretty woman, sometimes working in the service, you can make some good, quick money. So was it ever like I'm just going to get out of here. This is hard. I'm going to go make good money as a server or whatever. Was there ever any thoughts of...
Yeah, sometimes I still have to this day. Because also I think about what is the end to this career?
Yeah.
Am I going to be 60 years old
Still
doing
going.
lashes and doing facials? That's my thing. So it's like maybe I'll get to the point where I'll continue to invest in stocks or Roth IRA or whatever and just kind of keep my money away, because in this career you have to really put away your money in order to end the career. That's what I think about now to this day. And even I talk to my lash tech or other estheticians and I'm like, dude, where is our end to this?
Right.
Like, I'm scared to a point because it's like, if I didn't invest or anything, I don't know where I would be.
There's no 401k she's paying
there's
into.
no nothing. There's no
pension.
insurance. Yeah, there's nothing. So you guys really, if you're getting into it, you really have to think.
You never know. Maybe in 20 years there will be a Skin by Ray empire that
Maybe.
like the
Who
NFL,
knows?
and you go there for they got pensions, a union. She's running it. You never know.
Oh my God, who knows? Jeez, are you trying to loan me some money to do that?
Whoever's loaning it out, I can take it too. Wydoe podcast. We're trying to go to the moon.
Oh my God.
Same question, but to Rachel, the dog breeder.
Oh gosh.
Knowing what you know now, what would you go tell you and your husband day one when you wanted to get into it?
Oh, that we're not going to make money the first year.
Buckle up.
Yeah, and buckle up. And that we're not going to make money the first year. That's like I said earlier, that's just a big misconception that people get into is, I'm going to sell these dogs. This is going to be quick money. I'm going to sell them for $5,000. I'm going to sell them for $6,000,
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we did do that in the beginning. And we did make it happen, but then you have to pay back if you take credit out on the C-section.
Come on.
That's $4,000.
Operations.
Yeah, like
Shots.
pee-pee pads, shots. Yeah, it's $100 a dog a shot. Just so you guys know, I got 8 of them, so I'm about to be spending $800 on shots.
See?
Yeah, I think keep going, and we're not going to make money in the first year, but definitely keep going. That's something that I would have said further back. Like if I were to go back 10 years, for sure.
I love that. I want to ask, again, shout out to you and your husband. You guys we popped out married on these hoes.
Oh
What
my
was that
gosh.
like? What was the thought behind that?
I don't know. I believe in the evil eye. I really do. And
The public,
I think if we were to always post that, oh yeah, this is our wedding, like, or we're getting married, here's the process or whatever, you do have people out there that are haters because they want to be in your position.
Yep.
So I don't know. I think that protect your peace at the end of the day. And the evil eye is real.
Right. And think about it. She married him. Joe married Rachel. It wasn't nothing to do with Instagram or a post. That's all just fairy tales. And these days, that's almost more important.
Mm-hmm.
What was our video clip with everybody sitting there? Did the grooms even like each other? You know, did the bride and groom even like each other? So I think that's really important that you guys did that and that's special. Was that both of your guys' idea?
My idea.
Your idea?
Oh, he was telling everybody. Because he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to marry my best friend, you know. And
yes, you should. Shout out to
but
Joe.
it's like, I wanted him to keep it hush hush. Obviously, he didn't post about it because there are people on social media that we don't know everybody who follows us. You know, we don't know who's going to go back to so-and-so and say, oh, I don't think that they need to get married. Because obviously being together so long, you know, there's people that don't want to see you thrive or whatever because they want to be in your position. Yep. So I think us popping out married definitely was news for everybody. Obviously, my clients knew because I had to tell them. I had to tell somebody. Going into work, it's like therapy. You want to tell everybody everything. So, but yeah, we did get a lot of views and a lot of likes and stuff, and everybody was like, "What the hell?"
And was the engagement secret everything?
So, it was actually Christmas of last year. We planned our wedding within 4 months, guys, just so you know.
Come on now.
So it was at home. I mean, it was just me and him. He knew that I didn't want anything so extravagant, like, oh my gosh, I don't want the whole will you marry me set up with flowers. I'm a very non-materialistic girl.
He knows his best friend.
Yes. So Christmas, I noticed that he didn't have like a lot of gifts underneath the tree for me. And I was like, what is going on? I felt like kind of like, you know, my only child was coming out. I'm like,
Santa
why didn't
Claus
he give me anything? I'm like, why the fuck did I get him all this shit? And there's nothing under here for me. I mean, there was some stuff, and then he ended up getting on one knee. I had the ring footage because we have cameras all throughout our house. I had the ring footage and I changed phones and I don't have the ring footage anymore. So I will never have that video ever again.
And it was just you two.
And it was just us two. And you know what? At that point, I didn't even care what else was under the tree because that was all I ever could ask for, really. I mean, being together with somebody that long, it's like, damn, like I'm tired of asking. I'm tired of wondering what's wrong with me if you're not going to marry me. Like something obviously must be wrong with me, but I think men are scared of commitment. That's the thing.
Something might be. Absolutely. We've had some bad past. Let's just give a shout out to the men out there. Be careful.
I think
but when they find the right one, they're going to do it the right way.
Yeah. And I've definitely like rode for him a lot. So I think maybe he realized that. He's like, okay, well, what am I going to do? Start all over? Because I think the same way. What am I going to do? I've been with him 8 years. It's going to be so weird if I venture off into meeting somebody else and, oh, what's your favorite color? You know, stuff like that. It's just...
And like you said, you've already become like, I look at it as like a Venn diagram. There's him, there's you, then you have the intertwined circle where you guys are almost one.
Yeah.
It's still important to be just you, be just him. You have to still be what you're doing, but we come together and we're almost this same person.
Same person, yeah. I think that that's definitely important. But yeah, my best friend for sure. And you know, I do see people on social media that do the whole big thing. And
huge
it's like,
engagement, huge thing.
Which kudos to them. I think nowadays a lot of people do everything for social media. Cut that out.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I got a few more for you, Rachel. Thank you for taking time out to pull up to the studio right here on the Wydoe podcast. This is the official Skin by Ray. I want to ask you, if I had $1 million here for you and you had to make 2 phone calls and one person has to pick up an answer for you and the other person has to forward you or decline you, what 2 people would you call?
Definitely not my husband.
He's not picking up?
No.
So you got to call one person to decline you and one person has to pick up.
So he probably would pick up, him and Sandra. Shout out to both of you.
They will pick up?
Yeah,
Okay, shout out to
They will
Sandra.
pick up. I think that she'll definitely pick up. Should we try it? You got $1 million?
Maybe I should switch it up. Say, all right, we got $1,000 here for you. Make the calls. And who's it gonna decline?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Probably one of my best friends, Diana. She's always working.
She'll call you back.
Yeah, she'll call me back or she'll text me and be like, I'm at work. But I always check everybody's location before I even call them anyways. So, yeah.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I want to ask you, last question on marriage. A lot of people say, my question is, I have two questions. First, how does someone gain your trust? Obviously, you guys have been together for 8 years. This has happened a long time. But how would you think a girl should let a guy gain their trust? Or as a man, what should I look for before I let a girl or give trust in a girl?
Have full control.
Full control, right. I was going to say, so is
Well,
location
who are you with?
sharing?
What are you doing? You're not going anywhere. That's one thing that I could say.
That's it. Oh, God.
Okay, I'm not crazy, I promise. But I do think just being together so long, you have to build trust. I think that if they do mess up or if something does happen where you're like, I don't know what you got going on, they then have to really show you, reassure you.
Yeah.
So either shared location or anything like that. We don't do any of that, but it's easy to trust him because he's home, you know, and I got cameras everywhere. So I'm always watching.
Oh, right. Last one I want to ask you on your marriage. Shout out to Joe. I want to ask, does he come to you at all if he has any struggles, any men's mental health issues? I believe men should not go to their women. What is your thoughts? Does he come to you,
No.
and do you think he should?
No. And I think that men should. I think that they can be very prideful, which is like you said, you don't think
Or
that
strong.
you should. Or strong, no, prideful. The ego takes control in men. I do think in some instances, like if there's situations and stuff, he'll come to me and let me know, like, oh, well, what should I do about this, you know? But I think as a man, you have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? You have to be strong for the relationship.
Yep.
We're the emotional ones.
Correct.
And I think growing up as a man, they're taught to hide their emotions, hide their feelings, because they have to be the pack leader at the end of the day. So,
and I just feel you've always mentioned he's calm.
Yeah, he's calm,
He's got this
collective.
under control. So if he was always emotional to you,
oh, he'd be gone.
would you look at him like that? That's just my point. So like the guys, like you, as a man, I want to tell my girl everything.
Yeah.
I want to be vulnerable and soft, and she's my person, but it'll backfire sometimes.
Yeah,
Because
and
she's looking at you like, that's my hero. That's my knight in shining armor.
And it's like, what are we both going to be vulnerable
Exactly.
and we're
We
both going
can't
to be
both do it.
crying
Yeah.
and
If
stuff?
shit hits the fan, you need to panic, and I need to be able to calm down. I'm thinking here. It can't be the opposite.
Yeah, I think that definitely men at times can be vulnerable. I've been with him 8 years and I've probably seen him cry twice.
Right.
So, and that's
And
a
I
lot.
guarantee he's probably cried a lot more than that, but not in front of you.
I know. In
We
the
don't
shower.
let that happen.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's my go-to.
Behind closed doors.
Shower's my go-to. You can't tell if it's water or tears.
With some
Baby, we
R&B
good.
playing, you're like, no.
Hey, I want to ask you a couple of fun questions before I let you get out of here, Ray. If you were stuck on an island for 1 month and can only listen to 3 artists, who would they be?
Oh, God.
Whole catalog of music, but only 3 of them.
Do you guys really want to know my playlist?
Come on now. Who gets you through the day?
Young Boy.
NBA Youngboy?
Yeah.
Gangsta.
Moneybag.
Moneybag Yo.
Yeah. And I'm trying to think of a female. I don't know. Cardi B's new album was good, but I wouldn't listen to her if I was stuck on an island. Kalani.
Kaylani.
Kaylani.
I know
Is that how you say it?
Kaylani. I think it's
Kaylani?
Kaylani. I believe so. But shout out either way. Shout out to you.
Yeah, I do have a
Amazing artist from
very
Cali.
strong playlist.
Nice.
Yeah.
See, I like that. Moneybag
It's
Yo.
the girls that you would never expect, right? But I'm from I'm from West Palm and Port St. Lucie, so
She's Florida girl.
yeah,
Come on
Florida
now.
girl.
When
And
you're-
Kodak. I forgot Kodak. Duh.
Come on for the city. Come on
I
now,
can't
Kodak.
forget about him.
When you're driving around in the car, are you someone that's dumping music loud, or are you listening to it light?
No.
You're dumping
Loud.
music, bass.
Yeah.
Banging that rap music.
Speeding.
Speeding. You
The
Allegedly.
954 fast music.
Allegedly, with the 954 fast music. I love that. Rachel, as a business owner, entrepreneur that you are, whether that's esthetician or the Frenchie breeding world, which is going to get back going into real soon, is there anything that you need help with?
So I could say something that I need help with would probably be, or could always use help with,
Yeah.
would be a collab. You know, collab with influencers. That's something that I really like would really want to get into for sure.
In terms of getting them, they're pretty, getting them doing their services for them.
No, just doing a collab on Instagram.
Just straight up collab.
Yeah, social media collab. Anybody that wants to do a collab, let me know because I'm able to help you and you're also able to help me.
Yes,
so,
you hear it. How important is it to you? Obviously, you talked about your seminars and your classes, your one-on-one coaching, but why is that important? And is it important for you to teach the next generation of estheticians?
I love helping. I don't gatekeep. That's one thing about me. If you're going to message me and ask for advice, I'm going to tell you.
Keep talking. I'm just gonna check the camera.
I'm going to tell you. And I think, so many people coming into this field, they're stuck. They don't know what to do. They don't know, they don't know where to go from here.
Yeah.
And that's why I did my leadership class, which shout out to the girls who went to it. I do plan on holding one soon. So if you guys are interested, maybe this upcoming month or November, I will be holding another masterclass. I love helping everybody. So if you have any questions, feel free to write them down and have them ready for when you do come to the masterclass. It's a Zoom meeting. It's only an hour. And I'm just raw. I lay everything out and let you guys know the secrets, the tips, the tricks, everything that helped me. I mean, take it from somebody who has definitely been in the field and has done the trial and error.
Yep.
But I love helping people for sure. I love to see girls succeed. And, it sucks because in this industry, people get so greedy and they get so like, I don't want to help you. I don't want anybody to be better than me. That's the thing.
Right.
So, and when you're already where you're at financially and successfully, why not spread that info? Why not give people the keys and the tricks and tips on how to get where you're at?
Right.
Because I do have a wide following and I do have a lot of girls who say that they look up to me and stuff and have been following me for a long time and seen where I have been before. And why not share that? I think that should be advice to other entrepreneurs. If you are successful currently, that it is good to share what you know with the upcoming entrepreneurs.
Right. Spread some good karma. And you never know. She's doing that for these young ladies. You might have some huge big brand reach out to you.
Yeah, who knows?
You know what I mean? You got to keep it going. I want to ask Rachel, obviously we've talked about you are an entrepreneur, esthetician, you're a dog breeder, you were a happy wife, but how important is it to still be Rachel? Does your girlfriend still get time to hang out with just you?
Oh, yeah.
It's important to still have who you are as a person.
Sometimes I do have friends that complain that I work too much, but I'm working on that. They do know that I pop out here and there. And when I pop out, it's definitely a good time for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is that important for you? I just feel like sometimes whether you're married or a business owner, you lose yourself and you lose the fun. You lose who you truly are. It's important to always have Rachel time.
Yeah, it is. And that's even if that's you going to get a facial or a massage or anything, that's still considered you time. But I like to go out and I like to have fun with my friends. I feel like everybody that is in this industry, if you get caught up or burnt out or anything, it's important to go and focus on you for sure.
Yeah. Obviously, Rachel, we know what you do. We see you out here doing it, Skin by Ray, the Frenchie breeders all the time. Who do you do it for?
I do it for myself and for my future family. If I ever decide to have children, we are able to make money and not have to stress about going and getting a cash advance or something or living paycheck to paycheck. So I do it for myself currently and for my future self and children, if I plan on having any. I don't know. That's a tough subject right now.
Miss Skin by Ray, I want to ask you, a lot of girls out there that I've reached out to get a little nervous to come on the Wydoe podcast. Was it that bad? Was it okay?
It was horrible. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on now.
It was good. It was good. I think that he definitely makes you feel comfortable. So if you guys have been reached out by him, make sure you hit him back, please, because this was a fun time for sure. And you're missing out and you can promote yourself and you can help promote him. So coming on the show helps him and you at the same time.
Yes. And the whole point of this show, when I have guests on, is to hopefully inspire the next person to want to be the next Skin by Ray, to be the next esthetician, or just a happy wife, right? There's other options out there in the world. And is there anybody out there that you want to call out that needs to come on the show?
Oh, you already
anybody
know.
that you know personally needs to come on.
You already know. Sandra, you're next.
No
you're
critics.
Coming.
Come on now. We need you over here. Professional.
And even if I have to come with you, I'll come with you and sit
got
with you.
extra
I'll sit right
spots.
next
We
to you on the
good.
couch.
We've
It's
got
okay.
support system here. We're good.
Oh God, she's gonna hate me for this one, but
No worries. Listen, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is your boy Wydoe. This is Skin by
Bye,
Ray.
guys.
Thank you
See
so
you
much for
next
tuning in.
time.
Until next time, it's your boy YDOE. And if nobody told you, baby, go get a facial, get some Frenchies, and you look good. Whew.